We are back with more My Southern Home, and I'm here with Brandon Sandefur with First Community Mortgage. And Brandon, it's such an exciting time right now because there are still lots of homes out there, and it's the perfect time to purchase your first home.
Well, rates are still at all-time lows, inventory is high, and demand, there's a lot of opportunity for people that are still willing to venture out, go visit with an expert, sit down and find out what they qualify for, and then get out in that market and find the home that you're looking for.
And you mentioned the word expert. That is so important. Before you even start looking for a house, they need to sit down with someone that's an expert in the home loan industry.
Kimberly, there's no other way to do it, because otherwise, how do you know what you can afford? And by coming to one of our experts and sitting down with one of our people, you get the opportunity to know exactly what you can afford, so that when you do go look for your home, you find exactly what you want and what you qualify for.
It's a very unique market right now, but the interesting thing about this market is homes are still flying off. Old South, which we're in an Old South home right now, they are having record highs as far as homes sold. So they are not letting, homeowners are not letting this environment stop them from getting the American dream.
It's a different time in history, but Old South and our partnership with Old South has continued to thrive, and for many reasons, now's probably the best time in the world to go out and find that home that you want. They are a great partner. They put together a heck of a product. I mean, and we are so proud to be partnered with them, and we've been able to share in their success as well. So their record months have been our record months as well. So we're very excited about the time that we have right now, even though it is different, even though things are vastly different than they were several months ago, years ago. Things right now are better than they've been in a long time for most buyers.
And we talk about Old South a lot, but you're the #1 construction lender. So when it comes to new construction, you guys are the place to go.
We have it down. We have the process down, and it starts with our people. We sit down with the client, we make sure that they are qualified for the product that they're going to find, and then we try to guide them down the path seamlessly so that they have the confidence when they go out there and they look and they know what they're after.
So Brandon, when you talk about sitting down with one of your loan officers, let's talk about what that process looks like.
Sure. So what we want to do typically is we want to sit down and we want to make sure that you qualify from a financial standpoint. But there's a number of products out there right now, still, even in today's time, with the challenge that we're facing, you can still find low down payment loans in order to buy new houses. So I think that's the biggest part of it, is sitting down with an expert who can tell you what product best suits you for the transaction and then send you on your way. That's a big part of sitting down with an expert, is having them give you the guidance and their knowledge and sharing with you what they know in order for you to make a good, positive decision.
Well, and if you're paying, let's just say $1,500, $2,000, $3,000 in rent, in many cases, right now with the interest rates where they are, you can own a home for less than what you're paying in rent. And it's really important for people to realize that.
Absolutely. These days, especially with rates being as low as they are, it almost just doesn't make sense to rent. I know there's uncertainty, and a lot of times people will say, I don't want to make a big commitment on that type of an investment if I don't know exactly what's going to be around the corner. But the reality of it is, you really are in a better position of making that investment simply because it's long term. And at the end of the day, you get a chance to find something now with the rates being where they are that you may not be able to find later on down the road.
Well, at the end of the day, you always need a place to live, right? So no matter what happens with the job market or whatever happens in your life 6 months from now, you're still going to need a place to live. So why not go ahead and do it?
And come to the #1 lender. I mean, come to the #1 new construction lender who works hand in hand with the #1 builder in the state of Tennessee. So it's really been a blessing for us, and I think it's a good thing that we can partner like this and really give the best service, the best advice, and the best guidance for those who are interested in buying a home.
Well, and if you know that you're going to purchase a home in 6 months or 12 months, it's great to go ahead and talk to you, because if there's a credit score issue, if there's something in that crystal ball of getting that home loan that's out there, you're going to find it
Right.
and figure it out so that they can get to the closing table.
And think of it, when you sit down, a lot of times we go through this process and we really dive deep and we really do a lot of research, and there's things that you may not even know exist. And so it gives you the opportunity at that point to work with our experts who then tell you how to fix the problem if there is one, or just give you that little bit of confidence that you might not have when you first sit down with them, but you walk away from the table with after you've had the consultation.
Well, and so many people are scared of that process because it's so unknown. But if they just sit down, they'll realize how simple it is when you're dealing with a company like yours.
It can be intimidating. It seems, everybody kind of equates a mortgage transaction to a stressful situation, but we take all the stress out of the experience, and we sit down with people independently and really put them at ease about where they are. And I think that's the key to having an expert that, like a First Community Mortgage, that sits down with you and says, these are the things that really are important. You've got this amount of time to get them corrected, or you're ready to go today. You've got everything you need. It's right in line, and you can take off today and go buy an Old South home.
Well, thank you so much, Brandon. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be back with more My Southern Home in just a moment.